there are many weeks in a year.
52, I believe.
Yeah. But we don't all experience them the same, because many of those weeks we get a release radar that is disappointment, and every now and then EDM has a good week.
A good week.
And so we decided to do this segment called The Good Week. So we're going to go through these songs here. And I'm so excited to listen to some of them because here we are in the good week.
So why are we awake at the unholy hour of 10 a.m. on a Saturday right now?
Because you thought that the Spotify playlist was actually good this week.
Yep.
And you got your underwears in a knot. You ran out the door. Oh, you finally got a shirt that isn't poorly washed.
Yep.
And you woke me up to say, hey, it's the good week. EDM in general doesn't really release great music that often. It's always fucking poo banger after poo banger. So
always the usual suspects that are releasing every week to get their streams up.
Yeah, just here's another fucking poo.
Lane 8, he's probably on the radar.
All the power to him. His whole tour got canceled, and he's just like, how am I going to make money this year? I got 4 kids, a suburban home.
5 dogs.
Yeah. And I love fucking Lane 8's Instagram. It's Lane 8 is ATTLAS in 8 years.
Yeah.
The way they live their life is just flannel coat and taking these pictures with their EPs. I love it. It's so funny.
I made this.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about Lane 8 this week.
Lane 8's little cousin, ATTLAS, released an album this week.
Yep.
And
his second album of the year.
yeah, honestly, just pumping them out.
Yeah.
With that Toronto quarantine lifestyle.
For now, he's pumping out albums. Soon he's going to be pumping out little babies to go to Toronto public school.
He'll be in North York in no time.
Yep.
Just living the suburban life.
I can't wait to see him.
Oh, wait, no. He'll be moving to the Southern Ontario, like some cottage country.
Yeah. He's going to just build a mansion in Muskoka, but not even a mansion, just like a tiny house with a lot of expensive stuff in it.
Yeah. An Ableton-infused kayak.
So, if you don't know, ATTLAS, he's been around a while. He's had some projects.
People used to think that ATTLAS was Deadmau5.
Yeah, there's still people who think that somehow.
Deadmau5 is actually ATTLAS?
What?
Yeah.
That was the time where everyone thought every producer had a secret alter ego. Zoo was actually Skrillex in disguise.
No.
But yeah, ATTLAS, established house producer at this point, known for his storyline mixes, his kind of cinematic soundscapes that he integrates into the music.
Love those. And just to make a comment is that I think we both agreed that if ATTLAS was ever going to do a proper album, it should replicate his storyline mixes.
His previous album this year, this is his second album of the year, didn't really do that.
Yeah.
It was kind of...
I feel like it was a collection of releases
that he put together in a way that kind of worked.
Yeah.
But this felt like a cohesive experience.
If you're not familiar with ATTLAS, let me describe how I like to consume this music. It's fall. Okay.
Yep.
I got my earbuds in. I got my coffee in both hands. And I'm just vibing on a walk outside in nature, just how he intended it. I love his music. It makes me feel a certain way. Makes me feel free. And yeah,
this new album is nothing different. He has a very consistent sound palette throughout it.
Mm-hmm.
Similar patches, similar atmospheres in a lot of the songs. He does the classic ATTLAS thing of throwing in one techno banger in the whole album.
Yeah.
He pulled through. This is one of those albums where I feel like I'm not going to have a standout track.
No, because it's a cohesive experience.
Yeah.
Right? So we asked for him to do a storyline mix type album, and here it is.
Yeah.
And for those who don't know, the storyline mixes are essentially this elongated story where he takes clips from movies and like old clips, like from the 50s, and he scatters them through the mix between songs, and it kind of develops this character to a mix that has never really been done before.
Yeah.
And he kind of took those samples and threw them throughout this album.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's got the same album art style as his storyline mixes, so I think it was like clearly a conscious decision on his part to try to capture that. And you know what? Knocked it out of the park.
How many Monties out of 10?
I'm gonna give this 4, and you split the 5th Monty with your buddy, so we're getting a 4.5 out of 5.
Out of 5.
Yeah, I'm certainly gonna keep it in my rotation for time to come, just because there's not really anyone else delivering this kind of music right now.
I'm going to say 4.2 Monties out of 5.
Yeah. There we go. Moving on.
You want to talk about Papa Khan?
Yeah, let's talk about Papa Khan. Indonesian up-and-comer, had a lot of Twitter buzz for the past couple months. One of the songs on the new EP that he just released on Marshmallow's label called Rain was teased on Twitter for a couple months. He had the clip on as his pinned tweet. Every dubstep DJ coming in to give their poggers faces to it, you know. Everyone was a little bit excited, something fresh coming to the scene. And what was that? It was chords. Just
Hey, I'm not saying it's bad,
yeah,
but
it does sound like you found the xylophone for the first time.
yeah.
He got a lot of buzz from that song Rain, and he put it out as the single for the EP. Then he released another song off the EP like a week ago, and now the full 4-song EP is out. And I can accurately, I think, report that it is in fact Rain 4 times in a row with various levels of slight modification.
It's a hard battle to balance out having your own signature sound and making songs sound a little bit different throughout an EP. I think it's well produced.
Certainly. And his story is very cool that he learned how to produce in, you know, the what do you call it? The PC cafes or whatever.
Like an internet cafe.
Yeah, I don't think he came from like a particularly wealthy background. He learned how to produce on those PCs, taught himself, and now he's been releasing like heavier dubstep for a few years and recently stumbled upon this plicky plocky sound and seems to be riding with it pretty well. Good for him.
Yeah.
And it's nice to see that kind of international support from the LA centric bass scene.
I'm giving this release 3.4 CRT monitors out of 5.
I'm going to be a little less generous. I'm giving it a 2.5.
Honestly, yeah, we're talking 2.8 CRTs out of 5.
It's good production. It's a cool idea, but it's the same song 4 times in a row and not too much of a song.
The
It's
guy's
more
young,
just,
isn't he?
yeah, he's 19. He's got time to develop.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hopefully
So-
he expands on his songwriting so it's not just intro drop, intro again drop.
We'll keep our ears out for
the
Papa
latest
Khan.
Papa Khan. We additionally listened to the new Ninajirachi EP.
This one I'm kind of excited to talk about.
Yeah.
Ninajirachi, female producer from
Australia.
released an EP. Was it an EP or a full album?
I think it was an EP. It was
Yeah.
like 7.
And it's kind of nice to see a pop EDM album come out like this that's fully run by females.
Yeah.
We don't got A.G. Cook in the back doing all the work. My only concern with this album is that we have now mastered, as producers worldwide, Charlie XCX sound.
Yeah.
I don't think it's necessarily difficult to create Charlie XCX sound, but the vocalist throughout this, what's her name?
Coda Banks.
Yeah. Coda Banks replicates Charlie XCX voice throughout this entire album.
It's
to a
actually
T.
uncanny. Like, you could tell me that this was a cut from the what was it, Pop 2?
Pop 2, greatest
This is-
album of all time. Hey,
I'll debate that, but that's for another day. But yeah, it was really well produced throughout. We had a good variety of beats. I might take a couple of those songs and throw it in. Hey, I'm hanging out with my friends that like more pop-oriented music.
there were like some semi bangers in there.
Yeah,
Number one thing I want to say about this is it's well produced.
yeah, very well produced.
It is catchy.
Yeah,
Some of the lines. What was the one rhyme scheme that she had in there?
there's some
Psychosis, Ford Focus.
Yeah, that's sticky.
Yeah, that's a good one. But I don't think this was a riveting album. But
No.
this is certainly something to keep an eye out for.
Yeah, it
And-
was a good project.
And I want to see more pop and EDM bangers come from Ninajirachi.
Boing.
What do you rate that?
I'd give that a solid 3.5.
3.5.
Yeah, I'd say that the production was good throughout, good variety of songs. I think the only thing to me is that there wasn't like a standout song that I immediately went back and was like, "Whoa, this is
Yeah.
big." But it's definitely a solid EP.
I think I'm going to go agree with you and say 3.5.
Yeah. I believe we have another special release that we have to talk about.
Who?
Well, there's a boy from the shores of Halifax that put out a new EP.
Oh, the Boatman.
The Boatman himself.
We're talking about how Atlas probably is going to, in a few years, have a Ableton-infused kayak. But this man that we're going to be talking about now actually lives on a boat.
That man's name?
Is
Bishu. Yeah, shit EP.
It fucking sucked.
Moving on.
Let's give it an honest review.
Okay.
My favorite song of the album, and what seems to be the favorite song of most people who listen to it, is the last song, Conversations.
Yeah.
And I really think this was a stepping stone lyrically for Bishu. All my friends think I made it. I don't know. I think people will like that line.
Yeah,
I
like-
personally thought it was a cool line.
Kind of like the false celebrity of being a up and coming EDM producer. You know, you're not really known at a world stage, but if you have a couple songs with 1 million plays, your friends are gonna treat you like you're a lot bigger than you are, and you know that you still have a long way to go. So I think that was a pretty poignant line.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of A.G. Cook, the A.G. Cook Superstars kind of comes to mind. That kind
You
of
can
vibe.
understand the lyrics in that.
Of course.
All I remember is
I own.
I'm a superstar.
I am fluent in autotune. Other songs, I'm also a fan of Crossfire.
Crossfire is a good one. Yeah.
His house song on there.
Yeah. You just don't like the one kind of big synth patty one, right? Bind.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. It's the ARP one. Yeah.
And then it has the drop at the end. It's like dung 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 dung
Yeah.
dung 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 dung
So-
dung.
Yeah, it was okay.
Yeah.
Bishu, rating for the
For the Moria EP, I'd give the artwork 10 out of 10. Whoever did that
biased.
Whoever did that has a great eye.
I think the logo is actually pretty sick. I think the logo is what really pops out from the
You know,
from the artwork.
I'd be inclined to agree.
I'm gonna give this a 3.2 out of 5.
I think I'll end with you right there. I hope future Bishu projects feature more of that conversations, production,
Yeah.
and lyrical quality to
Yeah.
them.
I think he's stemming away from some of the hype songs from Hallie to Cali.
Yeah, it's definitely a more focused songwriting direction. I like the poppy energy of it.
Yeah, and he still maintains the EDM aspects. There's
Yeah.
you still have your drop formula, but
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah, very good.
You're giving it a
I'm gonna land right with you there.
All right.
3.2.
moving on. Our buddy Matt Lang, his Isolation.
We didn't even listen to it. Matt Lang has been releasing. Is this from the album? We need to double check this. we're quite big Matt Lange fans, but I think he's been he's been going a little bit cabin fevery over the past couple months and was releasing these isolated series, which varied from house to techno to drones to love in the time of Corona. Like,
oh, are you serious? I feel like Matt Lange is also part of that. Like, he's related to Lane 8 and Atlas. But this is the white suburban dude who skateboards.
yeah, and he's a little bit more doomer in his energy.
I love his skateboarding videos. It just seems so out of place. He's just like not wearing a shirt, doing a flip. And then his next video in his Instagram reel is like him talking about how guitar made his Rift album work. I don't know.
I'm honestly a little bit scared. I don't know if I'm going to give this a listen, but some of these song titles, Michigan Militia, those were just the warning shots. Something to hold on to, but the loneliness is killing me. Truth over facts, morbid obesity, whiskey in the morning. The children are dying too. Can we have someone look at Matt Lange? Can we get Atlas to give him a call?
Yeah.
Can we get the Cottagecore boys to get together? I think we'll give this Matt Lange album take some time off out of 5.
Yeah. Get a warm hug. Michigan Militia. Bro.
I'm sure it's good music too. I think we had another EP that we listened to, which was the new Roman Silver.
Interesting. His 1970s flute samples really fucking the star here.
Yeah.
To me.
I particularly enjoy the song with the vocal chop that was very dry, mixed in with the flutes. It's got a very playful energy to it, right?
Yeah, this was a very eye-opening release for me. I'm not too familiar with Roman Silver, so I was getting some Drulu vibes, but then some like bass-inspired vibes, and then the sampling was just the cherry on top.
Yeah, very cool project. Nice little Monster Cat release for us. I think we'll give this, I liked 3 songs out of 5 and put it in my Spotify library. That's a pretty high honor for me.
Yeah,
I don't like a whole lot of, I haven't liked a song since October apparently.
I'm gonna keep my rating out of this because I think I need a little bit more time to listen to these songs. But are you having a stroke?
No, I'm singing this song. Well, there was also that one Dr. Fresh Martin Horger song.
It was cool, but it's what you would expect.
It went like bam, 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 and then they said, "Moxie, switch it."
The classic like vocal chop right before a second drop.
Yeah.
Switch it.
Bring it back now. So those were the highlights from the release radar, I believe. We had a couple of projects, one really good album. We had a couple of solid EPs.
It will probably be another few weeks before we ever have one of these because this was a once in a blue moon release radar.
I think that's all we got for this week.
This was the good week.
And I hope you have a good week.
Please let us know if you enjoyed this content, type of content. We're going to be testing out a few different types of videos over the next couple of weeks. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're a Bishu fan, just get off our channel.
Get off the channel. Go listen to the new EP instead.
All right. See you later.
See ya.
I don't know if it was many months of dueling, but my voice cracks all the time now. Or I don't know, maybe it's just like shit bad
Maybe you're just
GERD.